Learn to be super successful. Subscribe to my channel, Meathead.
She has a competitor because it's a new building. The stomatologists who also do the injections, like Botox, like something like that.
But I mean, so now the profit is 360 minus 260, 100,000.
Yes.
Okay, through August, through 8 months.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it should be about the same as last year. Am I reading that right?
But which year did they make a $16,000 loss?
2018.
So I don't get that. $1 million in revenue and a 16K loss.
Like I said, she had to pay more the doctors who came and did the things
replace her, yeah.
in yes, and that's why. And she also, like I checked the documents, she bought a expensive car for cash. Over 300,000.
$300,000 car.
See, guys get mistresses, girls buy cars and jewelry. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so where does it stand?
To leave that.
Walk away. Okay.
And sir, I want to ask you also about the industry.
Okay.
Aesthetic medicine, the value of the industry is in the whole country is 600 million, so it's small. Plus plastic surgery is 300 million for whole country. So it's not so it's a small market.
But what was it over the last 3 years? How is the incline? How is it growing? Is it growing?
It's growing 7% per year. And after I came here, I was okay with that. But you said that we have to think bigger.
We need bigger margins.
Exactly.
Now, this is not dissimilar to the size of the market that Peter, the hospital guy, hungry, small market.
Exactly.
Okay? And but now he is a dominant factor. There was only 40 or 50 acquisition candidates, and the market was about $1 billion, as I recall. And of course now he's the third largest factor in that, and he just said he bought another $5 million hospital, and so he may be the number 2 factor. So don't go away from small markets thinking that there's not enough for you to make a difference. The real question is whether it is susceptible. At what kind of EBITDA do they transfer the businesses? Are they being sold? And what is the appetite for the financial institutions? Will they lend? Do they have a sweet spot for this kind of aesthetic medicine, if that's what it's called? Are they going to lend at 3, 4, 5, 6 times EBITDA? That's the real question, because I guarantee you very few people are going to be chasing these acquisition candidates in the small markets, because the big private equity firms are going to have nothing to do with it because there's not enough candidates. So they're not going to touch it. So the only people that are really going to be interested are other people that are following the QLA model. And to the best of my knowledge, we have nobody in that market in your country. Nobody that I'm aware of anyway.
Yes.
And to explain the way that it works with the doctors and so on. It's like a commission-based, a doctor can come into your surgery.
Yes, we have an medical equipment in the premises, in the real estate, and they came, for example, and do the service in our medical equipment.
Okay. So you rent out the facility, you rent out the equipment?
For example, I pay them a commission from the price. For example, the price is 1,000, and the net profit is 50-50. I take 50, and doctors take 50.
After the cost of
for example, injection. The cost of
the consumables.
And of the revenue, how much of it is Botox? How does it split down? How does it break down? What's the differentiation in the service for what are the top 3 or 4 things that you collect money for?
Okay, so the Botox, the fillers, and the lasers.
Is fillers and Botox the same, or are they?
No, it's not.
Fillers is where they take fat from you.
Fillers is when you want to have a bigger lips, for example,
Yeah.
and don't have.
Yeah,
And
they
Botox
take,
when
they
you
take
have
fat from you and they
wrinkles.
spin it and then they inject it. But some of these people, like not the Kardashians, one of the ones, maybe this way, they got lips. I mean, they look like this. Sometimes they overdo it.
Yes, that's
yeah.
right. But it's a hard market in my country for that right now.
It's hot.
It's hot. Not the plastic surgery, but the cosmetic, not the
Yeah.
fillers and
Because
Botox.
fillers and Botox is a fraction of the cost in plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we don't have a big player one big player in my country. We have only three the superstars plastic surgery, who and they have their own program in TV, something like that. But we don't have the biggest player, player like a company.
With
So when you get like a filler,
For example, who own 3 or 4 or 5 clinics.
so when you get like a fill or something, you have to like every so often come back and get another one. Is that how it
Yeah,
works?
twice, twice a year at least.
Oh, okay. So the client base.
So it's like Botox.
The client base does
Yes, sir.
turnover, like you churn. It's good. But this woman, you kind of got her in a sense because she wants to get out, and
Yeah.
she's losing money right now.
Yes. Yes.
So can you
So-
kind of offer to take it off her hands and
Yeah, but
pay later?
I mean, that exactly what I was going to say. What about seller finance? But does she want to walk out the door the day it closes, or 6 months, or what?
She wants to get out immediately.
Okay, well that's that. Well, even for seller finance, who's going to teach you the business? She's the only doctor,
She's the only
only
doctor.
owner
who-
doctor.
Owner.
Well, then you got to replace that expertise with somebody. But if you can change the deal to where she stays, and helps you hire a replacement, because what you're going to hire to replace her may not be the right person, but she'll know
Yeah, that's
what.
critical.
And if that can be done, and that could be a matter of weeks, 6 to 10 weeks. If you can convince her that, and then put the onus back on her for seller finance, then the fact that it lost 16 grand, but they're going to make at least 100 is really moot. Mm-hmm. Almost all these deals, even there's not enough marketing.
Yes.
There's not the website, if they have one, is dog shit, and you can go on and on. And these are business 101. I mean, these are fundamentally simple things that can increase the price and the revenue, I should say. And you can get anybody to cut costs. You can get an accountant off the street to cut costs, but it's being able to drive top line revenue. And one of the questions that I ask people like this, you're making a deal, what would you have done the last couple of years that you didn't do to drive top line revenue? And most of them say it's because I didn't have a budget. Well, of course, in her case, she bought a $300,000 car, but I didn't have a budget. Just imagine if she put that $300,000 in marketing.
Mm.
Yeah. And here I thought only young guys make stupid mistakes. But anyway,
How old is she?
Around 50.
young woman. They do they have a term at cougars? Do they call aggressive older women cougars in Poland?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, sounds right about the cougar age.
Yeah.
The
And with Botox, I still look 34.
yeah, that's true.
Got all the
One of the only things when I went off to the army,
Keep everything tight.
not before I got went in the army, my dad took me out to dinner and we had drinks, and he says, never underestimate the gratefulness, the worth of a grateful woman. And we're sitting there having a drink at the bar, and I look over at him, and I didn't connect the dots then. I was 20. I didn't connect the dots. But I mean, if you get that gal to stay and change the purchase price a little, for let's say for every dollar we bring in that's above the norm, the average for the last year, you get 10 or 20% of that dollar
That's what I was
or euro, and you can sell her on staying, and then you can have your classmates at Hardcore come over for Botox. See?
Look, you're giving her a solution to her problem. Her problem is now she doesn't want to be there and she's losing money.
Yeah.
And zero is better than losing.
Yeah.
So you're giving her a solution, and you don't buy the building. You
Yeah.
just say, "I'll lease the building off you."
Yeah.
Yeah, she owns the building.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll lease the building off you. Stay around for whatever it is, 6 months.
Turn the building into a mobile home park. Yeah. Okay, no, but I mean, it's possible. But you're right. The natural inclination would be to walk away. But before you walk away, you already have dialogue with her. Throw out some of these key items and see what she says. And you'd be surprised. I'm sure your presentation skills are 1,000 times better in your native language. Yeah, I know that. But Peter, the Hungarian kid, he sounds like he's retarded when he talks English. And he says, but I talked to one of his accountants about something months ago. He says he's smooth. In Hungarian, he's smooth. I mean, he's like a used car salesman in Hungarian. So, and we realize that when it's not your natural language, your first language, you have trouble articulating something. But I would try, before I walk away from it, I would try some of the other things and see if you can bring her back to where it makes sense for you to go forward.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay? Any questions of me before I move on?